Yo, 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 welcome back to another episode of Nothing Agreed. Back with our usual pod of going over this week.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing new for y'all. It's nothing new. We're back. We're better, right? We're better.
I guess we're better.
This is recorded, by the way, the day after Halloween on a Friday. So you probably had a really fun night last night.
That was fun.
Good nights last night. Good nights. So I actually watched football.
I watched some football.
All right, well, I watched that brutal game, and then I went out after at like midnight. Yeah, and then I have an 8 a.m. and I got home at 2:45.
I was about to say, midnight. I was out at midnight. I came home early though because I had an exam this morning. I need to do well on that. Probably had a little more to drink than I should have, but legally,
we're both 21.
21 years old. But let's jump into football. No need for all that.
Well, fun fact about us: we are actually born on days next to each other.
That is true.
So then it's your birthday, and then it's my birthday. You're a day older than me.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, and young and really be cooking.
Are you gonna call me? Yeah, I knew it. All right. Thursday night, we had Texans Jets. Jets won.
Yeah, we were skipping over that. You loved the Texans on your bet.
I know. I was so excited for that.
Trust
In
me,
fact,
I love the Texans too.
well, I saw the I was gonna say, so for the game I did, or for the moments I did watch, I saw the dropped touchdown for a
Malachi
touchback.
Corey,
Yeah. And after that, I was like,
the-
oh yeah, Jets are screwed. It's over. You're doing this bullshit.
Yeah, it's
already.
facts.
So yeah, I thought it was safe. It wasn't. I didn't really watch much after halftime, if any. Don't really know what happened.
I watched a lot.
I saw some of the highlights. I know Garrett Wilson had a good game.
He turned into jump man.
Yeah.
Turned into Michael Jordan.
Saw that.
I think he had 90 receiving yards. Devontae Adams had 91 with a tutty. Wilson had 2 tutties. C.J. Stroud turned into Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, Texans' offensive line's not good though.
If he faces most pressures ever in his career this game, so not the best for him.
Yeah, but he was getting hit by the Colts last week.
Yeah, I
Week
mean
before that
he was
wasn't any better.
scrambling.
Yeah,
So.
they need to figure out their protection. Because that offense is too good to be putting up 13 points a game.
Yeah, I mean, also a little bit of it felt like a weird offensive night. It felt like it was played at in a super rainy game. It felt like it was a super rainy game.
So what you trying to say is it felt like a Halloween game.
Yeah, I guess it felt like a sloppy game.
Exactly.
It was. So.
Yeah. Congratulations to the Jets. Looking forward for the Jets. We sat up here. I said last episode their season's over.
Yep. Do you still think their season's over?
I'll say this.
Look at their schedule.
I saw it already. I know it's the Cardinals next week.
One team over 500.
Colts in the following week, and then the Seahawks. That's their next 3.
Yep.
So
Dolphins, Jags,
I'll say
Rams.
this:
Bills right now, their only team over 500.
if they go 2-1, or if they win all their next 3 games, then I'll take back what I said and I'll believe again, right?
You got to stick to it.
If they win these next 3 games,
You got to stick to it.
We'll see.
You got to stick to it.
But if they go 1-2, and if they lose 2 of these games, then yeah, this is just that would just means that this was a fluke, not a fluke game, but the Texans just weren't good last night.
I mean, they also were missing Nico and Stephon Diggs, of course.
True.
But it could be interesting, right?
We'll see how they do with Kyler Murray.
Hold up.
Week.
Also, we also had our episode about trade block, and Deontay Johnson got traded to the Ravens.
Oh yeah.
Could be interesting to see another receiver go to the Texans. Maybe CeeDee Lamb goes to the he was an option there, so.
I don't think they're in the situation of trade for him, though.
Yeah, 100%.
That would be a team like the Chargers.
All right. Well, C.J. Stroud didn't have a good game. He actually, I know he missed a couple passes, but I'm not glazing here, but the ability for him to go on the run, chuck the ball 45 yards down the field, and put it up for grabs was just like on the money. Sometimes he had after the Garrett Wilson touchdown, he had a 50-yard pass to Tank Dell. And he scrambled out, he just chucked it deep. Tank Dell got him right on the money.
That's what makes him good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just he was great his rookie year. Defensive coordinators kind of took the offseason, kind of studied and figured out his game. So he's gonna have those setbacks.
Well, he's still been good this year.
He's been good.
He
Yeah,
just had a setback this week.
Nah, that's what I mean. It's just it's gonna get harder from here on out, and the team's not doing him any favors when their offensive line's terrible.
Yeah.
So.
Also, all 3 of their losses are on the road, so
Yeah, not too worried
great
about
with
that.
them on the road. Jets were favored this game. I think they closed at 2.5, which did when we talked. I think they were 1.5, and then they went to 2.
All
yeah.
right, let's jump into Sunday.
Good for the Jets, man. And like you said, they have 3 games: Cardinals, Colts, Seahawks, Cardinals in Arizona too. So this could be the time to turn the season around right here. This was the make or break game for the Jets. So
we'll see. They gotta keep winning now.
They do gotta keep winning.
So we'll see what happens.
So for upcoming games, we have 8 games in the 1 o'clock. Wow.
Let's jump into it then.
8 games in the 1 o'clock, 4 in the 4:25, 4:05s, the late afternoon games. Only 2 bye weeks for the Steelers and 49ers. Here we go. Let's get right into it.
Cowboys Falcons.
Let's get into my Cowboys Falcons. Well, not my Cowboys, but my Falcons. Big game this week, of course. It's really, I'll be honest with you, I think CeeDee Lamb has over 115 yards receiving this game.
It's going to get traded before anyway.
No, everyone's waiting before this week to make trades. Because they want to make sure that, they got the right setup. No, but I think CeeDee Lamb's going to go off this game. I think this is going to be one of those games where he puts up an absolute bombshell, like 115 plus, a touchdown plus, 7+ catches.
Well, Brooks doesn't feel too strongly about his
but I still think my Falcons
secondary.
are going to win. Yes, I don't, especially with the corners. Look, we did beat the Buccaneers, but 26 points to a team missing their top 2 receivers wasn't so great. Some of that happened from the run game, but the play action also killed us. But I still feel good about this offense, man. Kirk Cousins is really kind of stepped out of his shell the past couple of weeks, especially against the Bucs. I still feel good about Bijan Alger, that 1-2 punch. We're the only team in the NFL right now with 2 receivers over 500+ receiving yards. I feel good. Kirk's thrown 2106. That could be close to the lead for passing yards. I know Geno's above that and Baker's above that. But other than that, I think that is the lead. Maybe Purdy has it. But still, top 5 passing yards. So I still like us to win this one.
I mean, I do too. This Cowboys team is just not put together to compete against playoff teams like the Falcons.
I still don't think Parsons is coming back either.
He's not.
Yeah.
Like you said, you think CeeDee Lamb's about to have a monster game.
Mm-hmm.
He's a scary receiver. I'll give you that. He's really good.
Had a big game last week, too.
Yeah. The only thing is, Jerry Jones failed him when there's no complement to receivers to play with him. When you line up your secondary against the Cowboys receivers, you can you could probably put 3 guys on CeeDee Lamb every play and put every other receiver they have one-on-one, and you will win that game.
Yeah, Jalen Tolbert's kind of their number 2 option.
They just don't have any other. They don't have any other receiving threat, I would say, outside of CeeDee Lamb. So it's really hard for him to get open this season because of that. Because teams are putting so much defensive focus on him. They have no running game. They're not scared of their running backs. You've got, the 2018 dynamic duo backfield back there.
Hell yeah.
It's terrible. I'm a Bijan fantasy owner right here. I'm so excited for this game. Their run defense,
a lot of points.
Awful.
It's going to be a lot of points.
Awful. They did do pretty well against the 49ers in the first half last week, I'll say. I'll give them credit. But it was, once they put in the backup running back, he just tore it right back open.
Yeah,
man.
It didn't look so great. This is the game with the highest over/under, and I honestly expect it's going to go over.
I really think Kirk Cousins is going to destroy this defense.
I think
with that
each
play
team
action.
might put up 25 plus and could be 28 plus.
You give the Cowboys offense too much credit this season. They're
giving the Falcons defense too much credit. We don't even get a sack a game. Our secondary isn't great. So
I mean, you got one of the best safeties back there. You keep him.
Simmons should be back too.
Keep eyes on CeeDee Lamb. You should hold him to 15 points.
Like fantasy points?
No, I'm talking as a team.
Oh, them. Yeah.
You should hold him to 15 points if you're playing defense properly.
We'll see what happens, but I'm guessing we both have the Falcons because you'll never pick the Cowboys.
No, especially not this
Dolphins,
season.
Bills.
Bills.
A game where Tua comes back, but I still love the Bills at home. It's 57 degrees, so it's not cold enough, but the weather's getting a little more chilly.
This is a game.
This is still the offense of the Bills. I love it. Josh Allen still only throw 1 pick. James Cook's been doing his thing. Khalil Shakir, Dawson Knox, Dalton Kincaid, Keon Coleman,
Amari
Cooper.
Cooper's there now.
I mean, this is a great offense right here. this could be another game where it could be a shootout. But it's a division game, so we'll see what happens. I got the Bills. You probably have the Bills.
I'll take the Bills, but this is kind of like how we were saying for the. I don't want to say it's like make or break for the Dolphins, but they need to at least show in this game that they can play competent football with a team like the Bills. If they get shit on by the Bills, it doesn't matter to who's back. The season's over. Yeah, I know I've been throwing that phrase around a lot this season, but might have to coin it. But yeah, no, this is a game the Dolphins that you at least need to show that you can compete with the Bills in this game to have just to give hope, honestly, to the fan base, to anyone watching. 2-5, not a great start. Ideally, 2 went down, so it's not what you were hoping for, but you got to play well this game, and that's really the bottom line for them. If you win, that's even better, but if you lose from like a final drive or like a field goal or maybe like 10 points, then we're okay with that. We're not sitting up here next week talking about how it's time to trade away your good assets and start looking to next season. But let's move on.
Raiders, Bengals. Bengals taking a 7-point spread to the jungle, I'm pretty sure. They're right there in Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. 6-7 degrees. Burrow is still only thrown 3 interceptions, 15 tutties, 2,000 yards. It's going to be Gardner Minshew lining up for the Raiders.
Yep.
I actually think the Raiders can make some noise this game.
Wow.
I think they can make noise.
Yeah, that Bengals defense is terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
It's awful. I can't guard anything. It really just comes down to how well they scheme for Gardner Minshew, really. I think the Raiders defense is solid enough to get stops from time to time on the Bengals. So yeah, I mean, if the Raiders can scheme up offensively, find ways to let Gardner Minshew put the rock in places where the Bengals are letting it be open, then that is very much a game the Raiders can win.
I think so as well. I think the Raiders could win this game. I'm still going to pick the Bengals.
Okay.
I think the Raiders cover the spread, though. And I might take that. So
yeah, I think you are.
Yeah. So.
All
right, next we got Chargers-Browns. It's a 1.5-point spread. 41.5 the over-under. I like the under there, by the way. I think that's a little too high, but
okay. We know Jameis Winston likes to throw it deep.
True, but the Ravens' defense pass-wise is the worst in the league, or one of the worst in the league.
It's true.
Chargers, not so much. They did give up some big yards to Marvin Harrison, I know, last week, but still stalled out some drives, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was 2 weeks ago, was it?
I know Marvin Harrison 100. Was that 2 weeks ago? Oh yeah, he had 120 against the Dolphins. Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Chargers played the who did they play last week? They beat the crap out of the Saints.
The Saints, yeah. They held that freaking team down like glue.
Well, to be fair, they had like 5th string quarterbacks.
Yeah, Groupie and yeah.
Guys,
anyways, we'll move on. But still, good performance from the Saints. I think they shut down Kamara pretty good too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I like the Chargers in this one. I know that sounds it's a really close spread, so maybe Vegas knows something, but I think they're going to shut down the pass game. I think it could be a Nick Chubb day, maybe. I think it could be a Nick Chubb day.
I think it will be. That Chargers secondary's banged up. I think if Nick,
the scheme's good.
I like it too. But if like you said, if Nick Chubb gets going, that opens up the play action, and we know how Jameis Winston likes his play action passes. And
yeah, true.
I'll leave this one in the air. I could see either team winning.
Makes sense. Why it's such a close spread.
Yeah.
Patriots-Titans.
Ooh.
The battle of
a real stinker.
Yeah, Titans are a 3.5-point spread, 37.5.
Is Drake May playing?
I don't know.
If he's not playing, then I like the Titans. But if he is playing, I like the Patriots.
He's questionable.
All right.
Still have a concussion.
Wow.
They haven't ruled him out yet, but he was limited in Friday's practice.
Just got the notification Derek Carr is playing when we get up to that. So.
Yes, I expected him to play.
Well, we'll get to that, but
we'll get to it.
But yeah, I'll stick with that. If Drake May plays, I like the Patriots. If he doesn't, I like the Titans.
I agree with that as well. Tony Pollard. You know that video?
No.
The video of Thanksgiving where they have like the grandma and the grandpa have like the TV from like the 80s or 70s and they're watching the Cowboys on it, and like Tony Pollard scores and like the grandma goes Tony Pollard running, like singing a song for him like that, like. We're watching TV with, like, the damn 1970s screen. Like, it's, like, so blurry and staticky. So funny. But Tony Pollard's going to do well.
You think so?
I think it could be a Tony Pollard day.
We'll see. Oh, boy. This next one should be fast.
Why do I like the Giants?
Shut up. Stop talking.
Why is
Just
that
say
crazy?
Just say it's your dog of the day, and let's move on.
That's not my dog of the day. I already have my dog of the day.
Let's talk about why the Commanders are winning this game.
All right.
For starters, this is a home game for the Giants, so Daniel Jones isn't throwing any touchdowns. 2, you're playing the Giants. 3, the Commanders are pretty good. I like the Commanders. They've been playing good football. Kind of a hectic week last week. Thankfully, we got the win. But
A little hectic, yeah.
a little hectic, but still, it's a good win. And I'm just gonna go ahead and reiterate to point D. It's the same as point B. It's the Giants. The Commanders are gonna win this game. The Giants are terrible.
Let me say why this game can be closer than what you think it is.
Let me hear it.
Okay. First of all, I know the Giants haven't won a game at home yet.
Yep.
A little bad. But if Tyrone Tracy does play out of the concussion, that's a good running back right there. That's actually stepped up a little bit the past couple of weeks.
Okay.
Neighbors is fully healthy, right?
Yeah.
I know Daniel Jones didn't throw a touchdown, but you can get close and then punch it in on the goal line.
All right.
The last time the Giants and the Commanders played, the Giants should have won that game.
Mm-hmm.
They should have won that game if they didn't have an injured kicker
Yeah.
and miss every 2-point conversion they went for.
Yeah.
Right?
Although I feel like you can't. That argument's a little irrelevant. Who was throwing the ball for the Commanders?
Jaden Daniels?
Are you talking about this season?
Yeah.
They already played this season?
Yeah, they played week 2, and Seibert it was the only game where a team scored 3+ touchdowns and lost to a team that never scored.
Oh my God!
Remember that?
I forgot about that.
Remember that game?
I thought that was last year.
That was week 1, I think.
I thought that was like end of the year last year.
No, I think that was week 1.
No, that was week.
Neighbors. Remember, it was week 2. I was right.
week
Neighbors
2,
dropped
yeah.
that pass on the sideline. They were supposed to catch me the first down and 4th down.
I really thought that was last season.
Seibert had like 30 points in fantasy. You see that? Like,
Wow, yeah.
Neighbors.
No, I remember it. I know
Exactly.
I remember the headline. I just completely thought that was last season.
No, this season, baby. Yeah, Daniel gets his first win. But yeah,
All right.
it was a crazy game. That's
My
why they
bad.
can make it close.
My
okay?
bad.
It's also a division game. Division games get close sometimes.
Sometimes.
I know the Eagles was a blowout, but the Commanders was close. The Giants put the Cowboys pretty close as well.
Yeah, but the Cowboys are bad.
Well, hey, I'm just saying the
Command-
Giants
the
are
command-
worse.
The Commanders
The
are a better
Giants are
team.
worse.
The Commanders are a better team than the Giants
So-
or the Cowboys.
I think this game could be closer, which means it's probably a 40-point blowout win because I think that, but I think it could be close. Saints-Panthers, honestly, I don't want to talk about this game at all.
No one does.
So-
Derek Carr's playing. You can book the Saints.
Yeah,
Let's
Saints are
move on.
winning.
Broncos,
Last 1
Ravens.
o'clock game are Broncos-Ravens. Broncos 5-3, 3-1 away, but I think
This is a Ravens get back game.
that Broncos defense is good, but I think the Ravens run offense is going to bolster them through.
They got a new guy to throw to.
They do. Deontay Johnson, like we said.
Yep.
But I think I'm going to stick with it. I think Derrick Henry's going to do well, especially because Lamar Jackson was still banged up with that knee injury. So then they might hand the rock off a lot more.
Yeah.
Put a little more weight on Derrick Henry's shoulders. So he already has a lot of weight on those shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
So, yeah. At Ravens. Yeah. Sorry, Broncos.
Eagles, Jags in Philly, 4:05. Give me the Eagles. I don't think I need to talk about this one too much. Jags have won a game at home in Lincoln Financial Field. Tough place to play. Eagles are getting hot right now.
It's Kelly Green week too.
It's Kelly Green week? Yeah, there's no winning for the Jags, man. Kelly Green week. If y'all lost against the Niners in Kelly Green week?
No, we didn't. We didn't play them. We've never lost to them. In the modern era, at least. Since we introduced them last year, we won both home games last year. We played the Dolphins and the Bills. And
Were
now
y'all wearing black against them when you got what uniform were you wearing when you got steamrolled by the Niners at home? Was it black?
I think it was just a normal
I think it might have been black.
away. Or it was probably the white and black pants.
Let me see.
It wasn't our Kelly Greens, I can promise you that.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was a I swear, I think it was black.
That
But
could have been.
I mean, I'll look back to last year, but
Find it later. Anyway.
yeah, true.
Yeah, no, haven't lost in those since they were reintroduced last season. But yeah, this is playing the Jaguars. It's at home. Jaguars aren't really good. They're pretty banged up. I just hope they don't fire Doug Peterson after this game.
Yeah, true.
That'd be pretty sad. But I mean, we'll see. They could do something. It's football. So, but yeah, I'm taking the Eagles. Let's move on.
It should be the Eagles here.
Bears Cardinals.
Bears Cardinals.
I like the Bears.
I like the Bears too.
I like the Bears.
I think the Bears secondary is what's going to help them out here. I think I think this game rests a lot on the shoulders of Marvin Harrison Jr. and Trey McBride.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like how it led them to their not big victory, but a good victory as underdogs in Miami. I think it kind of depends on that today, or next day, of course. Bears Cardinals should be a good game. Caleb Williams as well, stepping into the desert.
he needs a bounce back game.
He does. I think
he's got it right here. I think last week probably just so much in his head going up against the guy drafted after him. So I think he'll have a better game this week. He's on my fantasy team, so I'm kind of hoping he does. But
yeah, y'all are just wearing the regular greens.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
But yeah, I like the Bears. We'll see what the Cardinals can do.
Yeah, I like the Bears too.
Let's move on.
Bears are dogs, by the way.
They are.
The Bears are dogs.
So let's keep that information.
Bears could win their first away game. We got the Lions and the Packers.
Game of the week. I like the Lions. Lions are too good.
I think it depends how healthy Jordan Love is. I think if Jordan Love is not hobbled by that groin injury, I like the Packers.
All right.
I like the Packers. It's in Lambeau.
Okay.
In Lambeau.
I think I see why you're saying that.
Raining game.
I think I see why you're saying that.
Why am I saying that?
We'll see later. Let's move on.
Okay.
Rams Seahawks.
Seahawks.
This is a game the Rams should win. Actually,
Puka Nacua. It's a close one. Puka Nacua is not doing
playing.
So great.
Not playing. He's out. So
52 degrees.
Is DK Metcalf going to be back?
At least he's projected to get me points in fantasy, okay?
All right.
So he should be back. I think he's questionable.
Okay.
But he is projected to play.
Okay. So you know what? I'm going to leave this one up in the air too. I can see either team winning this.
Of course, it's a 1-point spread. Those are the two games left in the air.
I know.
Ball. I'm of course going to pick because I'm not a scared brat like this kid.
I just know ball.
All right, buddy. I'm going to go with the Rams.
All right, I'm going the Seahawks.
All right.
So
Colts, Vikings, 5-point spread for the Vikings. Joe Flacco starting.
Vikings.
I kind of like the Colts in this one.
Yeah, I do too.
I kind of like the Colts.
I do too. I do because I need Michael Pittman to step it up.
Exactly. I like the Colts in this one. I think they can get it done. The Vikings are in a little bit of a schneid right now.
We'll see. Sam Darnold's come back down to earth.
Yeah, they've lost the last 2 straight.
No.
Now they got a home game again versus the Colts. Hopefully Minnesota can show up well.
Maybe the primetime curse might not have been Kirk Cousins this whole time. It might have just been the Vikings.
Whoa. Crazy.
I mean, he's been pretty good in primetime this season. So
yeah.
And they haven't.
He's 2-1 in primetime this year.
I was going to say, what are they, 1-1 in this season?
Yeah, because they lost to the Rams.
Yeah.
That was primetime.
And I think they won their first one earlier in the year.
Yeah.
So this will be the deciding.
Who did they have in primetime earlier this year?
I don't remember. It might have been no, it wasn't the 49ers. That was an afternoon game.
Something like that.
Whatever. Anyway. Yeah, I like the Colts, honestly. We'll see what happens.
Colts can do it.
This will be depending on the curse right here. We'll see.
Bucks, Chiefs. Oh, yeah, if the Vikings do lose, it wasn't the Kirk Cousins curse. It was
we can start that narrative.
Bucks, Chiefs. You got the undefeated Chiefs at home.
Are the receivers back?
For the Colts? Or the Buccaneers?
Yes.
Mike Evans is not playing now.
And Chris Godwin's also not.
He's out for the year.
Yeah. So, we like the Chiefs. All right, let's move on.
All right. We'll move on.
I mean, do you have anything to think the Buccaneers will win?
It's a raining game.
All right, so the Chiefs are still going to win. Let's move on. Patrick Mahomes, Monday Night Football.
Patrick Mahomes on the Chiefs. All right. Is it time?
It is time.
Do you want to do the honors?
It's your thing.
Oh. Dog of the day brought to you by nobody right now.
What's the scoreboard?
What is scoreboard? I know you've hit 2 this year.
I thought you were keeping track.
I know. I think you hit a 1.5 or 2.
It was a 2.5. I do know that.
You hit 2.5?
It was a 2.5.
And a 7. So it's 9.5 to 0.
I forgot that one. All right, cool.
So
you're losing. You get to pick first.
I get to pick first.
Yes, you do.
Which means I get to pick one team who's not going to win this week. So if you ever want to take your house and just hammer it home, this is the team you should do it on. The team I'm taking is the team that is the team that Barron was not giving a chance.
No.
I'm going to take the Buccaneers to get the job done, and let me explain why.
He's crazy.
First of all, whoa. First of all, it's a raining game. Bucky Irvin, Rashad White, good 1-2 punch with stamina, can get it going.
Okay.
I think that can create some play action. Kate Otten had a pretty good week last week. Why doesn't he keep it up, right? I like what the defense can do with Vita Vea in a raining game, right?
Okay.
Can stuff the run up the middle.
All right.
Force them to go wide, right? Stack the outside of the box. I like what Vita Vea can do. I know he has a tough matchup in Creed Humphrey, but we will see. But I like what that defense can do to stop the run. Now you have to make Mahomes throw it in the rain, so it could be a little bit of an issue. I know he kind of turned it around with the turnover issues, but that's just one game, okay? Let's give the Bucs a chance here. Baker can still throw the football. All right, I still trust Bake to bake. And the Bucs, they're the only team that beat the Lions this year too. On the road, they were, I think, 9 or 8-point dogs, the same thing as here. I'm going to get the Bucs. I think they'll still make the NFC. They know the Falcons win. It really expands the NFC South. They can make the NFC South here playable. And I know it's big, so I'm taking the Chiefs to lose. But when the Chiefs usually lose their first game, it's usually at home.
Okay.
So, or when they lose a big game, usually at home. So I'm going to take that primetime bake, bake.
All right. I love Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, we know.
You know, yeah.
The viewers know.
But I don't love him that much. He's going up against the best defense in the league right now.
One of, not but one of.
You talk about Bucky Irving, Rashad White. They're running right into the best defensive line in football right now.
They got Chris Jones against them too, but we'll see.
So don't feel too great about that, but you know what? They could pop some runs. They could pop some runs. You don't have Mike Evans. You don't have Chris Godwin.
Nope.
Who is he throwing to? Scotty Miller? Is he even still on the team?
No. Palmer. Trey Palmer's gonna wake up pissed. Cade Otton's gonna do his thing. Trust me, the Bucs scored.
So a bunch of white guys.
Whoa! The Bucs still scored 26 against the Falcons, even with this out.
Yeah, but didn't you just say the Falcons have a terrible defense?
They don't have a great defense, yes, but listen to me. Any team that can go over 25 points is a good game.
Okay, you know what?
I like them to carry that momentum.
He's lost his mind, guys.
I also don't remember the one game the Bucs lost. Oh, the one game they lost the Bucs on the road was a game they should have won, which is at the Falcons. They should have won that game.
Mm-hmm.
I was there. They should have won that game.
Should have won that
So
game.
they beat the Lions on the road. They beat up the Saints on the road, and now they got the Chiefs. So let's see them do it, baby. Let's see them do it.
All right, my turn.
Hell yeah! Oh, they got Jalen McMillan, by the way, the rookie.
Thank God. All right. So for my pick,
Sterling Shepard.
Go ahead. You're so cooked. For my pick, I'm gonna go with the Indianapolis Colts.
I knew it. Yep.
Yep. I like not Anthony Richardson, Joe Flacco.
Yep.
You saw what he did with the Browns last season.
Yep.
Like you said, this
Loves his mid.
This Vikings defense, the cracks are starting to form. We've seen it the past 2 weeks. They've been exploited.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Flores is not a genius. Everyone's got to remember that. Remember, he got fired. Well, he didn't get fired for that, but he was also not a great coach.
Well, he's actually told to throw games. So.
Well, yeah, but still. He lost games he wasn't trying to throw.
True.
So he's not a great coach. Sam Darnold he had a great start of the season. Like I said earlier, he's coming back down to earth. Jordan Addison's a little fussy in that locker room. We don't know their relationship.
Hey, free three is just thing he said over time. He says it all the time.
Yeah, I like the Colts. I think the passing's going to be up. They still have Jonathan Taylor, and this is a defense that's scrappy. They play hard. They get sacks. They lock up receivers for enough time to get home. They get the job done. I like the Colts. Give me them +5.
There you go. I also wonder why tickets are as low as $144 for the Bears and Cardinals, but whatever.
I was about to take the Bears, but I like the Colts.
True.
I'm
True.
Gonna stay with
All
that.
right, we'll stick with that.
I'm gonna stay with it.
I like the Bucs. We'll see what they can do, man. Quick little episode here for Friday. Got anything else you want to add?
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Big game against Louisville. One more question, then we'll sign off. Penn State or Ohio State winning? Give me Ohio State.
I like Penn State.
You want to put money on it?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what happens next.
I was gonna say Drew Aller actually sucks ass. If they had a better quarterback, they would win the national championship.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Beaver Stadium will be loud and proud. So
Drew Aller still sucks.
That's another episode of Nothing Agreed. Drew Aller, I guess, will not be a fan of this podcast. But thank you all for listening, and peace.